Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Crew First Culture podcast. This is Jeremy again. And also, again, thank you so very much for spending some time with me today. I'm so thankful for that. And honestly, my head and my heart are overflowing with things that I am thankful for right now. So many that I don't have time in a podcast to go over, but it's just such a great time in my life right now. And does that mean things are perfect with my life? Absolutely not. I mean, honestly, this past couple months have been one of the biggest and hardest challenging times of my life. But strangely enough, I have enjoyed them so much. I haven't enjoyed the struggle of it. I haven't enjoyed the exhaustion that's came from it. But there's so many things that I am thankful for during that time. And I know I've talked about some of that in past episodes, so I don't want to go back over some of that stuff, but I'm just at how amazing amazed at how I'm at. I'm amazed at how awesome God's plan is. I'll say that. And I am so thankful that I'm on it, that I'm on that journey, that I am on the path that He has chose for me, and that the path that He has chose for me is so great. It's just awesome. So I am recording this in Atlanta in my hotel room, about to pack up and head out. But we're here at the MAFC, the Metro Atlantic Firefighters Conference. And so this is the first time for me to be here, first time for me to be in Georgia, I think, pretty much. But I'm here, thankfully, luckily. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm here with the tactical resiliency team, or tactical resilience training team, doing the developing high performance class, which is a 24-hour class. And so that can be a little misleading. Doesn't sound too impressive, but if I add one more word to that, it gets really impressive. And it's a 24-hour straight class. So this particular time, we started at 8 a.m. Thursday, we ended at 8 a.m. on Friday, and that was the class. And so lots going on there. I don't even want to get into the class, because that class deserves a good amount of time on its own to rightfully and just describe it to the best possible way I can, because I don't want, there's so much to be confused about that's involved in that class. And I want to give it its true regard, because it is an amazing chance and opportunity for people out there to take advantage of. And so I'll get into that later, I promise. Honestly, I think that maybe I'm talking about this class and these group of guys too much, because that my life has changed. Okay, well, let's start here. Over the past, I would say 2.5 years, my life has changed at an incredible rate, to an incredible level that I never really even understood and even thought was possible. But to take that further, just the past 3 months has been a increase in multiples above that. And that's because of this team that I have been, I don't even know the word, that I have been allowed to be a part of. This group of guys that are truly incredible people. Every one of them have a story. Every one of them have a story that would probably make the average person cringe. that would make the average person fold up and cry for their mom. I mean, these guys have been through it. Yet you look at those guys today, and they are the embodiment of strength. And while, yes, some of them look like they're freaking pro athletes or stud something, they're huge. When I say strength, I mean total all around strength of mind, strength of body, strength of spirit, everything. But they are also incredibly vulnerable, which is a mix that if you have never known anybody to have, I can't tell you how just it draws me to them. It's like a magnet. I want to be around people like that. I want to be around people that have such an incredible balance of strength, but yet still are willing to be humble and vulnerable. It's amazing. But anyway, my life has truly changed over the past couple months, and I would say the past 3 days, I'm gonna have to just spend a lot of time quietly reflecting over this trip, because I have not even yet started to process everything. But anyway, I'm sorry to hopefully not bore you with some of that stuff, but it's truly meaningful. And I know I've talked about this in a couple episodes previously, but this is my tribe. There's no other way to describe it. And there's a group chat with us. Several people have used that word in there, and that's the only way to describe it. And so I've kind of went back and forth this morning on what I wanted to talk about, because I wanted to make sure to record an episode really quick before I got on the airplane, take advantage of this time. And as the morning has progressed, I've kind of went back and forth, but I think I need to start here. I am a terrible brother. I am a failure in the area of being a brother. I've got a younger brother and a younger sister. My sister is quite a bit younger than me. I believe she started kindergarten when I was graduating. And so a big gap, kind of to overcome right off the bat. But it doesn't matter. She's still my sister. Yeah, my brother is kind of in between. I think he's 6 years younger than me or something like that. So just to give you a little context, but I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I truly feel like my entire life, nothing has been more important than family. Even back when I was a kid, I loved being around my family. I loved my family. But I just suck at being a brother. I was never close to my brother. Still, I'm not close to my brother. I was never really close to my sister, which I'm not trying to make excuses, but a gap that size it's kind of hard to overcome that, because literally I am basically going into the adult phase of my life when she is entering the school age phase of hers, and so wasn't around a lot at that point. And so it was just a big gap, and it was hard to overcome. But like I said, I'm not making that as an excuse, but I don't know. I don't understand. And to be honest, know, in the fire service, brother gets thrown around a lot. And, there's a lot of people that are sincere about it. So I'm not even getting into that. The reason I bring it up is because honestly, I have avoided even using that term because I feel like I don't have the right to use it. I don't have the right to say, hey, brother, to somebody that I'm not related to while I have been what I am as a real brother. So that's been, and honestly, I was going to say that's been hard, but honestly, it's not something I have figured out how to reconcile yet. Like basically, this is just something that kind of came to me this morning because of the feelings that are kind of overflowing from my heart and everything else because of the past few days. But I literally have avoided calling people brother that I absolutely should call brother. That some people that are so close to me that they absolutely deserve to be called that to me. I've avoided it because of who I am as a real brother. And I don't know if that makes sense to you. I don't know if I am truly conveying the sadness that I carry for that. You know, I'll just throw this out there, maybe to get a better picture of where I'm at. So several years back, I would say probably 10, 15 years ago, I somehow came across a letter, and I don't even know where I found it now, but I found this letter, opened it up, and it was a letter that my sister sent me, I guess when I was in college. So she was probably first grade-ish. I was, somewhere in the middle of college years, off several hours away. So, staying in college, I would come back, on the weekends, or, not every weekend, but I would try to come back fairly frequently. But in this letter, she basically just talks about how much she loves me, how much she misses me, how much that she hopes that I'll be able to come home soon and spend some time with her. And honestly, I don't remember getting that letter back then. I know I did because I had it. So I had to have gotten it from her. But I don't remember reading it. I definitely don't remember it having any kind of impact to the level that it had this time when I saw it. But I read that, and man, it's like a whole house just collapsed on top of me. That hurt. It really hurt because although I have been honest with myself in the past and will have never claimed to be a good brother, I'm pretty, realistic with that. I never really knew that I failed that much. This little girl poured her heart out to me. And what makes me the saddest about it is that I'm guessing it probably didn't change anything. I'm guessing that, you know, and I don't know. I don't know this. That's something that I'm making heavier than I need to. Something I need to let go, first of all, because I can't do anything about it now. I did talk to her about it after I found it and apologized, and But obviously, there it sits. It's still sitting on me. It's still sitting on me because you know 30 plus years later after it was written, and 10 to 15 years later after I found it again, I still can't hardly talk about it without taking pauses to make sure I don't lose my emotional control here. So that's why I feel like I don't have the right to call somebody brother, to say, hey brother, nice to see you again. Hey brother, good morning, whatever. I just think, I feel like it's such a silly, goofy issue from somebody else's perspective. But from my inside, it's a very painful issue. I don't really know at this point how to fix it. I mean, yeah, we're all still alive. We all have today to change that, and I will work on that. Absolutely. I will put this out there to hold myself accountable to work on that some more. But there's just things that seem to be blocking that, and I don't know why. I do know some, and this isn't the place for some of that, but even though I haven't been a good brother to my actual brother, my actual sister, I don't want to be scared. I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want to be ashamed of the fact of using that term, because, and honestly, I've never even really cared to use that term until meeting this particular group of people. You know, so Rick George is this is his team. You know, it's his class. He is the engineer that has built this, not only this class, but has built this team, more importantly. A team of people that no other person on earth would put together, thinking that there's greatness to be had there. I don't think. He is an architect of an amazing team, because he sees something that so many people wouldn't have. But anyway, I've been talking to Rick for several years before I actually met him a few months ago in person, and we've had some pretty deep conversations. You know, even though, like I said, we have never physically met at that point. He knows a lot about my life. I know a lot about his. Neither one of us are people that keep that to ourselves. We're both very open, so it's not like that's a strange thing. But I remember a while back, after just going through a text conversation with him back and forth, he said "I love you" at the end, and at first it was like, oh, that's kind of weird. But then I instantly thought, why did I even think that? I mean, I truly love this guy. He means the world to me, just like any person in my close family. He is my family. There is no differentiating factor in my head and in my heart about how I feel about that. And so it's just funny I bring it up, because it's out of the norm. Maybe somebody says it sarcastically or whatever, but two guys exchanging something like that is out of the norm. And fast forward to somehow me ending up with them this week as part of that crew, as a part of that tribe, and just sitting there connecting with those guys. And by the end of those, that the 3 or 4 days that we were together, I can't truly put words to the connection that I have with them. I'd never have felt so connected, so cared for, so just don't know. I those are my people. And I'm not trying to overshadow my family. I still love my family. I still will do every single thing I can for my family. But to have a group of men surrounding me now with my family is so powerful. A group of men that I've never shared so many man hugs in my life. My man hug per day ratio has went through the roof here lately. But that's that's what we do. We hug each other. Last night, as we kind of parted ways, and people started to go to bed, and we're all heading home today in different directions. So last night was the goodbye for most of us. I love yous and hugs were the way we said goodbye. And I wouldn't have it any other way. It's been a long time since I've been so emotionally just open and raw like the last few days. And I'm so thankful for this group of people that have led me there. So I don't know if any of this has any bearing in your life. I hope that I haven't just rambled on to a point where everybody has done listening to it a while back. But one thing that I heard Rick say this week, and I've heard him say it several times before, is storms reveal foundations. They aren't the time to develop them. And we all have had storms. Chances are we all are still facing storms on a daily basis. We can't allow those things to sneak up on us and hit us while we're not ready. We have got to build these foundations in preparation for the storm. I don't even know where it came from, but saw something that really sparked something in me here lately. And I'm trying to find it before I mess it up. But basically, your mindset has to precede your body. If you're taking your body places that your mind is not prepared to deal with, it's gonna be a bad ending. You have got to prepare your mind as much, if not more, and before you expect, or you should expect, your body to perform. Your mindset has to precede your body. I think a lot of us ignore that. A lot of us think that as long as we can make it physically, as long as we can get a couple hours sleep, as long as we can, stay strong physically, whatever, we'll be able to handle anything. If our mindset is not there, our body will fail us. An African proverb says, no person is great. Great people become great while others are sleeping. Great people become great while others are sleeping. There's a lot of people sleeping. There's a lot of us sleeping. Even though I haven't physically been sleeping a lot lately, I'm more than honest enough to say that I have done a lot of sleeping on my life lately, and in many areas that I know need to change. Another quote that I've really been kind of going over in my head lately. It's not even a quote. It's something I think I made up. I don't know, but your desire to succeed must be stronger than your fear of failure. So think about that again as I say it. Your desire to succeed, or let's change it. Let's even put more value and more meaning into it. Your desire to succeed, to be impactful, and to make a difference must be stronger than your fear of failure. There's a lot there, guys, people, friends, whatever. Failure and fear, they're coming for us. They're, as Rick says, we're being hunted. Those of us doing good things, those of us trying to make a difference, those of us working to be an impact in this world and to add value to others are being hunted right now. We are being attacked. We have to be strong. We have to find our tribe and protect each other. Find your tribe. This world, we're not made to make it through this world by ourselves. We're not built for it. We are built for community. We are built to succeed as a group, as a family, as a tribe. So find yours. It's so important. And just remember, if we desire to make an impact, if we desire to add value to others, if we desire and want to make a difference in this world, even in the tiniest ways, we have got to act on those desires. We've got to chase that purpose. Find your purpose. And we have got to put fear behind us. Failure and fear will not keep us from our purpose. So I need to get going and pack up. I hope that some of these ramblings meant something to you, sparked a thought, or just something inside you. If not, I'll try harder next time. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. I look forward to coming back on with some of these guys as guests to let you get to know some of them and see how truly amazing they really are. So thank you. I hope you're having a great time. Hope you're having a great week. And until next time, as always, you know what it said. Stay humble and do work.